Right, guys, so if you're posting content and if you have this, right, if you have 300 to 500 views on average, if you're not getting many DMs or engagement on your videos, if your retention on your content is low, if this is how your monthly analytics look like, and you have this, a high ticket coaching offer, so you can have multiple offers, but at least one of them is high ticket, so $1,000 plus per month, and you want this, you want engagement coming in on a daily basis, consistent engagement, you want leads or clients from your videos, you want your views to look like this, and you want people watching from countries that actually will buy from you, right? Because no one from third world countries, well, at least it's a low amount that will actually be your ideal audience. So you want people from the US, UK, Canada to be watching your content, and you want analytics, your monthly analytics to look like this, then you need this. You need the content to leads funnel, because this funnel has been working for multiple different offers, for multiple different niches, for multiple years. I'm talking over 3 years now. This offer has been crushing it on Instagram. And in this video, I want to go over how this offer or how this funnel actually works. And I want to show you step by step how you can use it, how you can implement it in your business, in your Instagram, to basically crush it with this funnel, right? So everything basically starts with a reel or a post, right? And at the end of each post, you would have a call to action. So that would be either in the caption or in the video, or at the end of the video itself, you would have a caption or a comment keyword caption. So someone would say, comment the word hook, and I'll send you my free hooks, right? So free lead magnet. And I'll show you in a minute what kind of lead magnets you can create to convert the best. But that's how everything starts. You post a reel, and at the end of reel, and at the end of the reel, you put a comment keyword call to action. Then once people comment, step 2 is that you send them that training, right? So for example, in this case, it can be content formats. You send them that training via an automation. And what I do for my clients is, instead of ManyChat, which is much more complicated to implement and set up, if you've never worked with an automation tool before, I tell them to use Super Profile, and I show them how to use it. So it basically, all you need to do is type in the keyword, right, that people will comment, and type in the reply, and Super Profile does everything else on its own. If you want me to send you the link to this tool, reply to this video with the word Super Profile, and I'll send it to you completely for free, right? So that's the second step. Then when the automation sends the format or the lead magnet to them in the DMs, we follow a proven sales script, right, that starts a conversation with them, that follows up with them. We have 2 to 3 follow-up sequences, and then if we see that they're a qualified lead, we go in personally and we talk to them in person, not like a bot, right? And then you schedule an appointment with them, you send them the booking link, and basically that's the rough outline of the funnel. Now let me show you a bit in depth, step by step, of how it actually works. Okay, so the first thing before you even start creating content is you need to build 3 to 4 lead magnets, different lead magnets, that will help you get those leads to the DMs, that will help you basically to get people to comment on your videos. Because those comments, you need to realize, they're not just to get leads. Those comments actually boost your engagement itself. So even if you're not getting ideal leads to your DMs, you're still getting boosts from that post. So that's why it's super important to create good lead magnets, right? And for example, different lead magnets will have different stages of where your client is or where your prospect is in, right? For example, someone who already knows you and already knows what you do will have a different lead magnet than someone who doesn't know you and is just getting started with something like that, okay? For example, someone who's just getting started, you can have a lead magnet for them, for example, like PDFs, documents, ebooks, Notion templates. I have a couple of those that are working pretty well, like hooks, content formats, stuff like that. Then you can also have AI tools. This is actually something that I think everyone will find super useful. It's in my Instagram bio if you want to check it out. Basically, what this calculator does is it calculates on average how many leads you're missing out or how many leads you should be getting based on this funnel if you implement your analytics in there. So how many posts you're making per month, how many views you're getting, and this calculator will basically tell you how much leads you should be getting each month if you implement this funnel correctly. And then for the people who already know you, who are basically warm prospects or warm leads, you can have stuff like breakdowns, Loom videos, trainings, stuff like that, okay? Okay, the next step, once you've got these lead magnets, you need to create and follow a content strategy. So you need to decide how many times per week you want to be posting. I recommend you to post at least 3 to 4 times per week if you're a coach, right? That's the minimum, because there's so many coaches out there. And if you want to be competent, if you want to be the top of the competition, 4 times per week is the minimum. I would even recommend you to post 7 times per week, because with the formats that I'm about to show you later on, it's going to be super easy. It won't take as long as it probably takes right now. But yeah, 7 posts per week, you will post 3 TOFU, 2 MOFU, and 1 BOFU type of content. You probably don't know what this is, so let me explain. TOFU content is top of the funnel. So this is basically relatable, simple content that gets views, right? This is only to get views, to get your content, your name in front of more people. And for TOFU content, you're gonna use comment keyword CTAs, right? So this will be, again, for the PDFs, documents, ebooks, Notion templates. MOFU content is middle of funnel. This is where you build that trust with people and you basically get them to click that funnel follow button and to really buy into you, right? You want them to buy into you as a person, not just as a coach. So this will be educational, storytelling, nurturing content. And again, you use comment keyword CTAs with this one. This can be, again, it can be the same PDFs, docs, and you can even add the AI tools with this one. And then the BOFU content, this is where the conversions happen. This is bottom of funnel content, right? So this will be your client transformations, client results, case studies, basically stuff that gets people basically to show that you're the authority figure and that you know how to help people who are in the exact same situation as they are, right? And by the way, with this client results or case studies or transformation videos, you don't want to just show the before and afters. You want to show them the whole story. So how they came to you, right? What problems did they have? How you solved that problem, and then the after transformation. And for these type of videos, you usually want to promote your coaching offer, because these are the people who already probably know you and who are more likely to buy from you. So for this, you would have an automation setup. So when people, let's say, comment coaching, right? DM me coaching. And when they DM you coaching, you would already have an automation setup where it basically replies to them with, I don't know, a questionnaire or something like that, right? Or for these, you can also use the Loom videos, the breakdowns, the trainings that we talked about earlier. Okay, so that's the second part. Okay, so now you've been posting content for a few weeks, a few months. Now the hard work is done, right? You already probably know, if you've been testing out different content styles, you probably already know what type of content is performing best for you. So all you need to do now is repurpose your best reels into carousels and into other formats, right? For example, this guy has a viral reel talking about B-roll, right? So instead of trying to film content for Instagram every day, here's a few type of B-roll shots that you can create every month that will save you a lot of time and a lot of work, right? And then he found out that this is a viral reel for him, that this works for him. So he repurposed it into a carousel with the same topic. And a little trick with carousels that you can do to not spend so much time on them, you can just create a 2-slide carousel. The first slide can be the hook, and then the second slide, you can just paste this reel basically. So it will be basically the first slide is the hook, and then the second slide will be your reel. And this way you have a carousel made in 5 minutes, and it'll probably go viral again. Another way to get more people to watch your stuff is to double down on best performing content. And this is something that everyone is doing, and I recommend you to do that right now. If you have content pieces that have performed 5 times better than any other pieces, I want you to double down on that content format. So for example, for me, it was these reaction videos or these fade-in videos where it's basically just a text on screen and then a picture. These have performed amazingly for me, so I basically doubled down on them. And what you want to do is you can basically do the same video but different title, or just change one little thing on the video and just repost it. You can repost it as a trial reel or as a reel again, and then basically just change the caption. And again, make sure that you use comment keyword CTAs in every single one of this video, because if a video goes viral like this, 8.5 million views, and you have that if you have the comment keyword in there with the automation setup, imagine how many leads you'll be getting once a video hits numbers like these. Okay, so how do you actually set up these automations that we're talking about? Now, for the super profile, as I've mentioned before, all you need to do is click new automation, and then basically you choose whether you want to make an automation when people comment on your reel, on your post, or on your stories, right? And you add basically the keyword that you want the people to comment and the messages that you want them to have. And then basically, if we scroll down here, you'll see that there are basically a few follow-ups that you can add. Again, this is super profile. It's beginner, it's free, beginner friendly. And basically, yeah, it's so simple to use. I recommend this to all of my clients from the beginning. In our premium package, we do all of this for you. That's why in our premium package, we use ManyChat, because we'll set up automations like this. As you can see, it's much more advanced. It has much more follow-up sequences. So yeah, this is how you set it up. Again, if you want the super profile link, just comment or reply to this video with the word super profile, and I'll send it to you. You're probably already subscribed to ManyChat. If you're not, I would recommend you to do it. So yeah, this is how you set up automations. This is pretty simple, guys. So yeah, just set it up. You set it up once and it works on autopilot. And the good thing is that you can basically set it to comment on any post. So you don't have to make a specific post about it. So you make this once, and from here on out, once someone comments, for example, calculator, on any of my posts, they will automatically get this message and this lead magnet, right? So that's why these automations are super powerful. And let's be honest, in the past, I didn't have this set up, and I've got 50 comments, and I had to reply basically personally to all of them. Do you know how time consuming that is? So just set this up once. It's worth it. It's worth those 15 minutes of work that it takes. So yeah. Okay, so from here on out, once the automations have gone, right, you can even see this is an automation. You can even send a voice note, even from super profile. You can send a voice note to these people, so you can make it look more personal, more personalized. And from here on out, you just start a normal conversation. And if you're higher up if you don't have time to basically check in on all the leads you're getting, you can even hire a VA to do this for you. The VAs are extremely cheap. They're like $300, $400 a month to hire. They will do all of this for you. They will basically talk to the lead, make sure to qualify them a little bit, and then basically get them to book that appointment, right? And then once you have them booked in your appointment, the only thing left to do is to track your numbers. And the important metrics that I wanted to track is to views to keyword comments. The benchmark for this is 5 to 10% of your monthly views should be around the keywords that you're getting. If you're posting stories, you want to track story views to replies. So, and this you want to check the last story that you posted. So if you got 50 view stories on the last story, the benchmark is 5% of that would be replies. The comments to quality leads, right? So if you get 50 comments, 1 of them or 10 of them, no, 5 of them should be qualified or quality leads. I don't know, I'm not good at math, but yeah, as you can see, 10% of them should be qualified quality leads. Then you want to check quality leads to calls. So from those appointments, if you have a VA, this is something that you want them to check. So how many from those quality leads that you get, how many did they convert into booked appointments or calls? Again, the benchmark is 30%. And then calls to closed clients, you can hire a closer for this, or you can do it yourself if you're good at sales. In the beginning, you need to do it yourself basically. And the benchmark for this is 30%. These are some key metrics to track, and based on this, you'll see what you need to improve. Okay. Now, if you're at a point where you think that you have basically all of this already set up, but you're not getting the result that you want, or if you feel like that this is great, but it's too much work for you, right? Because you run a coaching business on the side, you want to check up on your clients daily, you want to basically get them the results that they deserve, and you feel like creating content, scripting everything, basically coming up with the ideas, posting, all of that takes too much time, then I would recommend you hire an expert or an agency that can help you with that, right? And that's exactly what we help coaches do. We basically set this whole funnel up for them. So we come in, we create a content strategy for you, we script the videos for you, we edit the videos for you, we post everything for you, and we do it at the fraction of a price it would take if you would go to hire a closer, an appointment setter, a video editor, a social media manager. All of those people would cost you easily 5 to 6 grand a month. We do it at a fraction of the price. And yeah, if you're interested in something like that, below this video will be a Calendly link and a few questions. If you want, book an appointment, and yeah, I'll see you there.